What is up, my peepholes? This is your guy, Cly, and welcome back to Budget Buys. Now, today's video is going to be a little bit different from the norm, where instead of doing one longer review, I'm going to do 3 shorter reviews because, honestly, I don't have too much to say about these, but I do have opinions. So each one of these items was bought from Five Below within the last couple of weeks, and they're all kind of tangentially related. Let's start off with the LED light-up ring. Now, as you can see, it's designed specifically, or I should say primarily, to be used for selfies. And I don't hold that against it. Yeah, I don't really take selfies, but I do regularly use a few selfie-related items. Specifically, my overhead rig is built out of a monopod, aka a selfie stick, attached to a stand that I found in the trash with a few extra lights to make my life easier. And to take the photos that I use for my thumbnails, I hook my phone into a tripod and use a shutter button, aka a selfie button, that I picked up at Dollar Tree of all places. So just because it's designed for selfies doesn't mean I'm not going to find a use for it. So let me go ahead and take it out of the packaging. And well, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is take your phone and clip it on. Even better is you can actually use it on the front side if you don't have a flash on the front. Or in my case, I'm going to be mounting it so that the light ring points backwards because I like taking the photos for my thumbnails in high dynamic range mode or HDR mode, and that doesn't let you use the little flash LED on your phone, because it takes multiple photos and then it composites them. Also, due to the fact that I can keep the light on constantly, I can actually arrange the photo how I'd like it versus trying to set it up how I think the flash would allow it to look. So I already like this thing. Even better is you have 3 levels of intensity, and this thing throws. I've gotten some pretty good photos with it. In fact, what I'll do is right about now, I'll splice in a before and after shot of with the ring, I can't speak, with the ring and without the ring. I'm keeping that flub in because this is my best take so far. And it's just powered by a couple of AA batteries. I think it's small, AAA batteries. Sorry, one of the other items that I'm going to be showing you uses AA batteries. It was $5 at Five Below. I can't remember if this is an overstock item because it is kind of scuffed here and you can tell it was a multiple attempt to put this label on there. So I'm thinking this was an overage / reject item on the production line, but it's not a bad enough one that you can't use it. I'm not really caring for this anyway. I'd probably use some paint remover to get rid of that. Now, the price. You already know I like it. It was $5 at Five Below. You can typically buy these on AliExpress for around $3. But if you want to get one from Walmart or most local stores in my area, you're looking at $10. So $5 to have it in my hand and a receipt to return it to store without having to pay shipping. And for immediate gratification, it gets my seal of approval. It's not charging me 4 times like the dice from my last video. Yeah, I've done a little bit more digging. They want even more on some cases. I bought 13 sets of dice recently. I went from 11 to 14. It's 14 sets of dice because I bought a few extra due to a project that I have coming up. Multiple projects, actually. Tangent aside, let's go on to the next item. And my opinion is $5, good price. I'm going to use it. Okay, so this next item is actually the catalyst behind me going to Five Below and finding all of the things in this video. And that's a plasma ball. For $5, I was able to get my hands on this little 3-inch AAA battery powered plasma ball. And yes, it is AAA's. It requires 4 AAA's right in there. If you don't believe me, well, haha. Anyway, this is from the Room to Room brand, which is pretty much Five Below's brand. It's one that you constantly see coming when the school year starts. In fact, they've got a little light that I really have been talking myself out of a few times, and we'll see if I break down. But back on topic. What's funny is the day before I went to get this, because I got the email in the evening and I was already out thrifting, I ended up finding a much larger plasma ball for $4, in box, with the power supply, the works. But I still wanted to get this one because that large plasma ball retails for about $30, not $5. Let's see how well it looks. Okay, it is doing its thing. Let's get this light over here and this light over here. I can actually maybe, there we go. I do have a master switch on all of these lights, but unfortunately it is hooked into my preamp, so there we go. Yes. All on 4 AAA batteries. I will mention that it chews through batteries. You'll want to put alkaline or possibly even rechargeable, though I don't know how the rechargeable voltage drop will affect it because AAA batteries are 1.5 volts, but the standard rechargeables tend to cap out at about 1.27 volts. Numbers. But as long as you have a decent amount of milliamp hours in your batteries, you'll get a good bit of life out of this little guy. I mainly want to use it when I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons, put it in the middle of an epic battle, or just have it off to the side for my mage. That's his scrying ball. I'm weird, I know. Let me get the lights back on in here. There we go. I should probably use an additional cord for my preamp so I don't have to go through this rigmarole every time I try to show you something like this. You can at least still see it when I put my finger to it. Now, this was $5. I have yet to find one that beats this price. If you go on Amazon, you can get similar models for about $12. Admittedly, they do have the added benefit of being USB powered as well. So it makes me wonder, because they look exactly like this, it makes me wonder if I could just put in a 10-cent micro USB port and power it off of USB. I've already opened it up. The power connection is very simple. I may just have to try that. It only cost me $0.10. I've got some, well, it won't even cost me that because I do have some broken items with micro USB ports just lying around. I may do that in the near future and post an update about it on my social media. Really doesn't warrant its own video. Oh, and if you want to get this at a place like Walmart, it's going to be about $10, once again with the USB power. I've not found one that can beat it on AliExpress, so for my money, and the fact that I know a little bit about circuitry and reverse engineering, I'd say $5 was worth it. On to the next and last item. All right, so this last item is one that I honestly cannot believe I found at Five Below. They've been popping up all over the place recently. They're pretty dang popular right now, and outside of this one instance, they are never this cheap. That item is a Marquee light box. They're so popular, in fact, I wouldn't hesitate to guess that some of the people watching this video are here specifically because of this. Be it because of the thumbnail, the title, the description, the keywords, any other type of metadata that brought you here in the suggested or in a search. This might be why some people are here, and if that applies to you, welcome. I hope you enjoy the other stuff here. Pandering the new folks aside, these things are everywhere. I found them in Urban Outfitters, Barnes & Noble, craft stores, Target. They're ubiquitous at this point. This is what sent me down a rabbit hole of research. And just let me pull the actual thing out. I've got it set over here. There we go. Ta-da! Originally, I wasn't going to be buying this because until I had this in my hands and I started the research, I had no idea how popular these were. But once I figured out I could actually do what you see here, I had to have it. And if you're wondering why this number is different from the number down there, that's because either this video has sent some people running due to the fact that they subscribed for a single video or type of video and those aren't happening anymore, or that has already happened and I've gained those people, or at least those numbers back and then some. What you gonna do? That's the nature of YouTube. So you get a little light box that is powered by AA batteries, 3 AA batteries if I am correct. Yes, based on the size of that door, I'm going to say I'm correct. And I just like the fact that I could sit this in the back of videos if it wasn't for the fact that I do most of my stuff from an overhead angle these days, and have my subscriber count there, at least for the next few digits. If you're wondering how I got the YouTube logo on here, it's a leftover template from when I was doing glass etching that I then just packing taped to the side of a 2-liter bottle and cut to size. It does the job. In fact, keeping that in mind, you could really put whatever you want on here if you can print it out or paint it or draw it. It could be your astrological sign, weird symbols, rainbows, unicorns, you name it, you can put it on here. What it does come with, though, is a pack of letters and numbers, as well as emoji, because everything has to have emoji these days, including movies. Just pull these out. The letters and numbers, you can already tell what they are. They're pretty basic. You get 10 different emoji. I actually don't have the scared crying one on here because I used that for a Halloween party. I had it, why not? But if you're wondering just how many letters and numbers you get, the back of the box tells me. You get 3 to 4 of every vowel, 2 of every letter, 1 of each emoji, and sadly, 1 of each number and special character. That means I'm going to have to make some more numbers soon, because even if this hits a 6 or that suddenly becomes 7, which is less than 10 away, I can't do it. It's about to get tricky already, and I only just got this thing. So that's the downside, and the other downside is you typically are going to have a hard time finding letters in this size, or at least affordable letters in this size. Let's break down some of the prices I have found these things at, shall we? At Urban Outfitters, the first place I found, you can get this exact size plus an extra ½ inch of thickness. This is a 6 by 8 by 1 1/4. You can get a 6 by 8 by 1 3/4 for $30. Regular $40. It's on sale right now. You can get one that's slightly larger at 11.75 by 8.75. I'm just going to move my hand mysteriously around the shot. For $40 right now, though it is regularly $60. You can get one the exact same size for the exact same money that has 6 different colors of LED inside as well. Which, thinking about it, I only paid $5 for this. If I can actually find another one of these, I would love to modify it and make the LEDs change, kind of like in the Blast Cube speaker I talked about a while back. Mine's still working, by the way. I know some people have been having issues with those, and I'm starting to suspect the restock that they got after the first wave, which is what I have, subpar build quality, especially after the next review I've got coming. Fortunately, I love all the stuff in this one right now. Amazon. Based on size, you're looking at $15 to $40. Michaels. You can get one that is 6.5 inches, so slightly more than this, by 6.5 inches, so just a square for $30. You can get one that is 13.25 by 10, so not terrible, almost twice the size of this, for $40. So honestly, Michaels is better than Urban Outfitters with their pricing. Barnes & Noble, this exact size is $15. Target, you can only get one that is 11.75 by 8.625. I don't know why they got so specific instead of just doing it in increments of 1/4 inch, for $20. AliExpress, you're looking at about the price of Target. The 11.75 by 8.625 or 8.75, it's going to cost about 13 bucks. Actually thinking about it, number packs are about half the price for those, 15, 10, something in that area. Even just buying another one of these to get the number pack and letter pack, it's actually a good price. So if I come across another one of these, I'm going to get it for the dual purpose of stealing a duplicate of the numbers, because at least then I buy myself a little bit of time. I can fudge numbers if there are duplicates, mostly. And it also allows me to tinker, because some color shifting LEDs are not hard to get my hands on. And I might switch it over to USB powered, or at least USB rechargeable. Still, $5 for this is a steal. Just gonna lay that out there. So I have rambled on way more than I was expecting to just about the light sign. This is probably gonna take up half the video by itself. So I am off to work on some more DIY projects before I edit. Until next time, this is your guy Cly signing off.